Good morning everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Thursday, October 21st, 2021. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. You'll notice here the ES currently holding at the highs of a very steep advance that began last week. You can see an inside day here developing today, just a very narrow range of just 17.5 points right now. That's 35% of average range over the last 10 sessions. So very narrow as it holds near these highs. Again, as we've mentioned before, the fact that it pushed back through 44.21s changes the bias to the upside tremendously, and any pullback here could be a buying opportunity for a continuation and an extension to the edge at 45.50. Again, very narrow right now, range bound with an upward bias. Taking out the overnight low of about 45.10 could open up a nice opportunity to fade. Even if price were to drop into the previous session's low, there could be a trap below 4,500 for a continuation up. Although right now, very narrow, quiet price action still. Let's take a look here at the NQ. Alright, here's a look at the NQ. You'll see very similar to the ES here. Price pushed through the 15K key level, which is very similar to that 44.21, and lifted significantly. It has now been holding right at 15.4. Narrow trading range yesterday, even more narrow today. 32% of average range, trading just 66 points right now. Failed new low developing here early on. We've seen several tests of prices below the previous low, and it's currently fading back up. But mostly range bound action with an upward bias. Even if we were to pull back a bit deeper here, it could still offer an opportunity to buy it cheaper for a continuation to the edge down the road. So right now, range bound with an upward bias, and continue to watch that 15.319 previous session's low as an area to trap and reverse, at least in the near term. Taking a look here at crude oil now. You'll notice with crude oil, this one here has been very strong. Right now, seeing a bit of a pullback, but in the previous session, we have what may be another strong low, very similar to this low or any of these lows before. These lows all developed below the 8-period PIMA, which is the 8-period pivot-based EMA. You can see a quick rotation to the upside that followed. This about 5 to 6 days, 5 days, etc. With this strong low at 80.78, any pullback toward that previous session's midpoint could provide an opportunity to buy the dip early today, followed by a checkmark trend day up and a continuation higher. Over the next 3 to 4 days, price could be trading somewhere between 86 and 87 based on the current pivot low and based on average range. So you can see over a 6-day rotation period, we may get northward of 6 points. From this low, call it 81s plus 6, that puts you right at 87. So again, we have an upward bias here this morning, seeing an early pullback, holding the middle of the pivot range. The previous session's midpoint is 82.22, and so you can get as low as that or 82s and still bounce. But as soon as price gets above 83.25, we probably start to see that move and that V-shape, that checkmark trend day take place. So right now, early ideas to buy the morning weakness for afternoon strength and a continuation higher toward 86 to 87 by early next week. All right, let's take a look lastly at gold futures here. You'll see gold continues to trade inside the 1760 to 1800 level. Kind of a compression that has occurred in that area. Not a whole lot of great movement happening at the moment in gold. If price can get above 1790, that opens up 10 more handles to 1800. But really, a lot of back and forth, choppy price action, and not a lot of directional conviction at the moment. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.